All right, we'll go ahead and get this November regular school board meeting started. You have the declaration. 11-11, the declaration of contract. Let's call the meeting to order. As Mr. Ridgel, he'll lead us in a moment of silence and pledge.
Attention, salute, pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
11-11-2, the declaration of conflict for TCA 49-2-202. The Board of Education members who have relatives. For statute, relative means spouse, parent, parent-in-law, child, son-in-law, daughter-in-law, grandparent, grandchild, brother, sister, uncle, aunt, nephew, niece, or any other person who resides in the same household as you, employed by the system, are asked to raise their hand to identify yourself. You certify that the votes that you make tonight will be in the best interest of the school system, regardless of the effect of your vote may have upon the employment of your relative or relatives. I do. 11-11-3, recognition of veterans. Dr. Windsor?
Okay, at this time, we're going to ask that the veterans that are with us tonight, please stand when your name is called. We'll begin with our board members, and as I call their name, if they would just share their service for our country, we would appreciate it. Mr. DeWitt Upton.
I spent 37 years in the Tennessee Army National Guard, and it was a great experience. I learned a lot. You get people with all kinds of walks of life come into the Guard, and man, I learned so much from each and every one of them because they had different professions. And my buddy that I remember in the Guard, he was good, and Eric and these guys, John. So several of them are that I had a real good time in the Guard. I stayed 37 years. I mean, I was in Sweetwater for 25, and we used to be at that old teaching center up in Sweetwater. That was the old National Guard Army. Then we built one out there on 68, New 68. I stayed in the Guards of Sweetwater for 25 years. And I went to Athens for 12 years. And man, I've probably been out and hadn't went to Athens. That put life on me, man. But it's great. Anytime you're on big squadron headquarters in battalion, it's a great job. Hey, John. And but I'm glad I stayed. All right, Chet was good today. I'm glad I stayed, and I'll never forget some of the events we happened during the course of my guards. I remember got called out to Chattanooga one time in civil service training or civil service event. It was in '71, and I'll never will forget that. As soon as I called the guards out, the service stopped and everything. But that was a real experience. Then another time is in '93 when that big snow. If everybody remember that big snowstorm. Man, I was driving that APC all over Sweetwater, delivering groceries and stuff, and that was thrilling. Helping people and stuff. So there's several other things to do, but I'll let John talk. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Mr. Don Weiss.
I served, I was in the United States Navy for 6 years, 6 or 8 years, I forgot. I served aboard the USS Helicoman out of Norfolk, Virginia, and the USS Suribachi out of Mayport, Virginia, and out of Philadelphia. I hitchhiked from Philadelphia to Little Tellico Plains, from Charleston, that's back before we had interstate. That's back when people would pick you up, transfer trailer would pick you up, and I hitchhiked all over the eastern United States. I enjoyed my time in the military. And wish everyone had to go serve 2 years. Amen.
Thank you. Mr. John Ridgel.
Thank you, DeWitt. I was privileged to serve right alongside DeWitt for several years. I spent 38 years in the Tennessee Army National Guard. 14 of those were active. And I was in Sweetwater Unit. I actually started in the Cookville Unit, Sweetwater Unit, Athens Unit, Tullahoma Units, where I ended up. Spent a year in Iraq, tour on the Mexican border with Border Patrol. Also went to Bulgaria. Our military police were training their military police to do NATO missions. A lot of good memories with several of you in here, and it's just a great experience. And I'm like Mr. Weiss there. You know, we need to all serve a little bit if we can.
Amen.
Thank you. At this time, when I call your name, we'll go by school and have you remain standing and give you a round of applause. If you're here, obviously stand. If you're not, then hopefully you're watching yourself being recognized. Tellico Plains Junior High, Miss Carrie Britton, U.S. Army, 2 years. Mr. Sean Basil, U.S. Naval Academy, 4 years. U.S. Marine Corps, 6 years. Naval Parachutist, Wings, Armed Force Service Medal, NATO Medal, Sea Service Deployment Ribbon, Arctic Service Ribbon, and National Defense Service Medal. That's Tellico Plains Junior High. Madisonville Middle School, Mr. Daniel Bivens, U.S. Marine Corps, 8 years. Iraqi Campaign Medal, Combat Action Ribbon, Good Conduct Medal, Global War on Terrorism Medal, Navy Marine Corps Achievement Medal. Miss Christina Murphy, Tennessee Air National Guard, 20 years, Master Sergeant, retired. That's Madisonville Middle School. Vonore Middle School, Miss Juliette Webb, U.S. Air Force, 14 years. Air Force Longevity Service Ribbon, Armed Forces Reserve Service Medal, Army Commendation Medal, Air Force Achievement Medal, National Defense Service Medal, Air Force Overseas Short Tour Ribbon, Air Force Expeditionary Service Ribbon, NATO Service Medal, Afghanistan Campaign Medal, Global War on Terrorism Service Medal, Air Force Reserves Service Medal, Air Force Basic Military Training Honor Graduate Ribbon. And that is Vonore Middle School. Also, Mr. Matt Conley, Army National Guard, 8 years. Thank you. Sequoia High School, Mr. Chris Maori, U.S. Army Military Police, 5 years. Miss Amy Shaver, U.S. Air Force, 4 years. Miss Jennifer Jenkins, U.S. Army, 7 years. Army Accommodation Award, and that's Sequoia High School. Rural Elementary, Miss Brittany Powell, U.S. Army National Guard, 4 years. Cocoa Creek Elementary, Mr. Harvey Presley, U.S. Army, 22 years, Bronze Star, Purple Heart, Meritorious Service Medal, Vietnam Campaign Ribbon, and Vietnam Service Medal. Thank you. Sweetwater High School, Mr. Eric Weaver, he's going to kill me for doing this, but I asked for this information. U.S. Army, retired First Sergeant 278th Regimental Combat Team, Operation Iraq Freedom 3 and 4, Legion of Merit, Bronze Star, Combat Action Badge, and Tennessee Distinguished Service Medal. Thank you. Thank you to everyone who served, both those who shared information with us. Oh, I'm so sorry. Randy Eccles, Sequoia High School, U.S. Marine Corps. Please stand. I apologize. That was not on the list. My apologies. Thank you very much. Thank you to all of those who served who are not. Yes, please come forward. Doug Millsaps, thank you for your service. Very much. Thank you. All right, thank you. Thank you very much. Anyone else? I obviously do not have a comprehensive list. My apologies. Anybody else? Please know that we recognize and appreciate all of you, even if your name was not here. And if you are not recognized, whether we did not get your information or you didn't submit it, we thank you for your service. Thank you very much.
11-11, approval of consent and regular agenda. Before we do that, we need to amend this agenda to add a line item for the Transportation Committee's meeting that we had today. Do I have a motion to amend the
So moved.
second? Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. Now I need a motion to approve the consent and regular agenda as amended.
I make a motion to approve.
Okay, we have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. 11-11-5, approval of minutes from October 21st, 2021, regular board meeting.
So moved.
Have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. 11-11-6, approval of November 2021 budget amendments.
So moved.
I got a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. 11-11-7, approval of lease agreements with Bancorp of the following maintenance department, transportation department vehicle upgrades. Do I have a motion to accept this approval?
So moved.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. The amended line item is the approval to award bus route number 5 to Mr. Larry Watson as recommended by the Transportation Committee. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
I've got a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. 11-11-8, Director of Schools report.
Okay, we had an awesome countywide in-service across the district on November 1st. Lots of good things going on in our individual schools. And one of the highlights was our surprise guest, University of Tennessee baseball coach, Coach Tony V. I had tons of positive feedback about that event, so thank you to all who texted, emailed, or stopped me in person to share how much you enjoyed it. So I'm looking forward to planning next year's gathering. I'm not sure, I've had several suggestions. I'm not sure that I can make those happen. Everything from Dolly to Matthew McConaughey, so we'll see what happens. Don't think I won't try. We have officially completed our federal monitoring and had our exit meeting, so thank you to all those who were involved, both at the district and the school levels. As always, when these things happen, we use that opportunity to identify areas where we can improve, and we also celebrate the areas where we're able to excel. I did want to share that countless times throughout the process, over and over, the monitors said just how impressed they were with everyone that they worked with throughout the district, both in the schools and with their central office team. I think that type of experience and that kind of feedback that I get everywhere I go speaks volumes to the people that we have here. So I just want to say thank you to them, and I ask that you just give them a pat on the back when you see them and thank them for their hard work, because we're blessed to be surrounded by such a good team. We're thrilled to report that our foundational literacy supplemental materials begin arriving today. Ms. Shauna Bowers has put in countless hours. I know she's excited to see those coming in. Also, we want to thank our teachers across the district who have made the best of a less than ideal situation while they waited patiently for this to happen. They have definitely made sure that they are providing quality instruction every day, no matter what they had to do to make it happen till these items arrive. So I know they can't wait to get their hands on them. So kudos to them too for being patient with us and doing what they need to do to get the job done. Our football visitor bleachers at Tellico High School are scheduled for completion on Saturday, and Sequoia High Schools are slated for next Friday. So that's good news for those schools. Finally, I was excited to be able to travel across the district today as our school celebrated Veterans Day. I enjoyed getting to see the smiles on the students' faces as they recognize their community's veterans, all in different ways. We had parades, programs, singing, videos, hallways decorated with honorary tributes to veterans. So I was so impressed with everything that was going on in their schools. I want to thank each of our administrators, faculties, and staff members for their contributions toward making that happen today and with all of the events that they host. The school system was well represented everywhere that I was at today and everything that I heard about. So thank you. All good news tonight. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Windsor. 11-11-9, we need to set a policy committee meeting. We're going to do that on December the 9th, right before our regular board meeting at 5:30. So that would be Ms. Cagle, Mr. Shootman, Mr. Weiss, and myself. So 5:30, December the 9th. 11-11-10, just a reminder of the TSBA Annual Convention, November 18th through the 21st. If you have any questions, you can see Ms. Sandra. I think we all have an envelope here with information as well. And with that, I need a motion to adjourn.
So move.
We have a second?
Second.
Appreciate discussion.
Appreciate your standard, okay?
Good job. Buddy, you said, happy
Thank
Thanksgiving.
you.
You too, DeWitt. Well, is everybody going?
You ready?
Thank you.